One thing I just wanted to talk to you, I'd like to leave our conversations kind of positive. So we have a few moments here before we go into the music. I just wanted to pick your brains about where any positive thoughts you have for the future for our community, whether that be in your workplace, at home, or in the community at large. If you could see one positive thing come from all of these changes, what would that be? And take a few minutes because I totally put everyone on the spot today for this show. Had a crazy week. So thanks, everyone. Yeah. One positive thing in the community. Something I'll say, and I'll kind of just like hold that for a bit, that I want to see, or I'm hoping to see, is like more of a localized economy taking care of each other. So a lot of jobs weren't open during COVID, right? So as things like reopen, it's not going to look the same where everyone's working. So I would like to see like the businesses that are, employing and are, helping our community or have been like keeping us kind of afloat during this time, whether it like be donations or whatnot, flourish as we come out of this and maybe have a little bit less, I guess, like alienated work and more community-based work, I guess, whether that be in the business sector, social sector, the agriculture sector, like all across the board. Just hoping to be a little bit more community-minded rather than that old dollar bill.
I definitely second that notion of community-minded, building and trying to see everybody maybe step up in a sense of, just trying to build something, not necessarily around, well, how much am I getting paid or compensated, but more, is it fulfilling me, socially and emotionally, and is it making better connections with everybody that is in the same community that I am, and kind of trying to break down barriers, I think, for a lot of people. I'd like to see that. I'd also like to see a return for the Neighborhood Resource Center, which for people that aren't in our community, the news was recently released that the Neighborhood Resource Center, which was a very crucial tool for a lot of people that were suffering downtown and trying to make ends meet, is no longer going to be opening its doors after post quarantine. They just weren't able to keep it afloat. And there were a lot of reasons that kind of, brought that about. But I think it's definitely something positive, and taking from that, I think that we could really build something that would be even more sustainable and go from there and have everybody partner in on it and have it return.
That's a beautiful seed that you've planted there, Seith, and I'd like to help grow that. One thing I was thinking, just reflecting back on what Holly and Courtney did say to me, since I totally put them on the spot, is being able to see your residents see their families more. It's probably heartbreaking. They're probably lonely. And I'm lonely without my family that I can't see, so... that's a big one.
One thing I was hoping for too to change. And right now, I know we're letting families call in and make appointments, and they're able to go outside, and they still social distance, but they still get to see each other and talk in person. And it's a lot better than being on the phone, and it's a step. So it's good to see.
Using the masks
Yeah.
all day. Okay.
Yeah.
I think for everybody, it's just more intimidating that way. I mean, I haven't found that any of my clients have been necessarily afraid, but they're just wondering what's going on. Oh, cute.
Yeah, can you hear what I'm saying though?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
I always feel like maybe people are not getting the right expression from me, or that I'm intimidating, like you were saying.
Well, exactly, because I had a client yesterday who I had not had before. And I remember she looks at me and she goes, "You look bored." I'm like, "You can't see my expression." You don't know.
You're only getting half the picture.
But yeah, exactly. I was like,
Yeah.
"Of course I'm not bored." But, you know, yeah, it'll be nice when it's gone. And as far as like a positive note, for me, like when it comes to the community, um, I mean, it's a little broad, I guess, but I hope one thing that like we collectively can decide um, during and after COVID is that people need to realize how valuable our retail workers are, and that I think a lot of times they're overlooked, and I
Mm-hmm.
think they continue to be. And if they weren't here to do our jobs, we wouldn't be able to get our supplies. We wouldn't be able to get our groceries. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's just, it's all about kindness, man. Like it's all about having respect for the people who are there, whether, just because they may get paid less than you doesn't make them any less valuable. Um, and I just really think that they need to be recognized. And that's not even like talking healthcare workers. That's talking about the people who get me what I need, So
Hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
really hope that that changes. Um, and yeah, just really the whole just kindness to everybody. Just be be aware. I know I've said that like a million times, but that's really what it comes down to is just be aware. Like when you have that awareness, whether it be how you're treating somebody or whether or not you are 6 feet from someone, just awareness in general of yourself and of other people.
Mm-hmm.